It's great to be back with the latest updates on the Los Angeles Lakers, where we bring you the most exciting development from the sports world every day. Whether you're a diehard fan of the team or simply enjoy the adrenaline rush of playoff basketball, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a situation that could significantly impact the Lakers' path in this year's playoffs. There's a growing tension in the city, and it goes beyond the fact that the team is facing a 3-1 deficit in the first round against the Timberwolves. This situation runs deeper. It revolves around a crucial decision, a moment of urgency, a potential turning point, all centered on a name that some Lakers fans may have overlooked: Maxi Cleber. While the spotlight has been fixed on LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, there's a subtle narrative unfolding behind the scenes, one that might seem irrelevant now, but could be remembered as the spark behind a stunning comeback. Surprisingly, there's a chance that Maxi Cleber might play in Game 5. But before we jump to conclusions, let's step back and unpack why this possibility even exists. This isn't just about Cleber. It highlights how thin the Lakers roster has become and the urgent need for the head coach to find reinforcements. Game 4 was a turning point. The Lakers found themselves in a dogfight, desperately searching for answers. But instead of turning to the bench, the coach made a bold, historic decision. He didn't make a single substitution in the second half. That's right. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, and Dorian Finney-Smith played all 24 minutes without rest. This wasn't a show of dominance. It was a desperate necessity. It wasn't just a strategic risk. It was a powerful message, a cry for help, a declaration. I don't trust anyone else on this team. And honestly, it's hard to blame him. The Lakers' bench has been non-existent in this series. Whether it's due to injuries, inconsistent play, or unfavorable matchups, the coach's reluctance to rely on anyone beyond his core five has been not only surprising, but also understandable. Now, with pressure mounting ahead of Game 5, there's a glimmer of hope that help may finally arrive. Enter Maxi Cleber. Yes, the same Maxi Cleber who was acquired from Dallas in a blockbuster trade involving Doncic and who has yet to play a game for the Lakers. His season has been defined by a right foot surgery that sidelined him shortly after arriving in Los Angeles. For weeks, there's been radio silence on when, or even if, he would return. Until now. In the latest Lakers injury report, Kleber's status was upgraded from out to doubtful. That shift changed everything. Doubtful doesn't guarantee he'll play, but it suggests there's a chance. And for a depleted Lakers team, even the possibility of adding an experienced veteran off the bench has sparked excitement among fans and analysts alike. But the key question remains: if Kleber is available, would the coach actually play him? Let's be honest, it's not that simple. Kleber is still recovering from a significant foot injury. His conditioning is questionable. His chemistry with the team is virtually non-existent. But there's precedent. Last year in Dallas, Kleber faced a similar situation. After missing an entire series due to injury in the early playoff rounds against the Clippers, he returned late in the Western Conference Finals against, you guessed it, the same Timberwolves. In just 23 total minutes across games 4 and 5, Dallas outscored Minnesota by 10 points while Kleber was on the court. That's not transformative, but in the playoffs, every detail matters. Every moment counts. Every possession is valuable. And having a player who can stretch the floor and defend effectively is exactly what this Lakers bench is missing right now. Kleber isn't flashy. He's not going to score 25 points or shut down Anthony Edwards in isolation. But what he can do is create spacing, make smart defensive rotations, and knock down open corner threes. He's the kind of role player who makes an impact without needing the ball. Exactly what's needed while LeBron and Luka dominate possession. Plus, it's not like the Lakers have other options. Just look at who the coach left on the bench in Game 4. Jared Vanderbilt, Jackson Hayes, and Spencer Dinwiddie. The lack of trust in the reserves was loud and clear. And honestly, who can blame him? The Lakers bench has been outscored by nearly 30 points per game in this series. That's not just a weakness, that's a liability. So even if Kleber only plays 10 minutes, hits 2 threes, or simply holds his position and avoids fouls, that could be the difference between staying alive or going home. Let's be clear, one player isn't going to change the course of a 3-1 series. The odds are steep. Teams in this position almost never come back. The opponent has shown control, depth, and resilience throughout. But that's not the point. What truly matters is whether LeBron and Luka can get the support they so desperately need. If this team is going down, it can't be with 5 exhausted players again. That's unacceptable. LeBron is nearing 40. Luka is playing through pain. Anyone, needs to step up. And maybe, just maybe, Maxi Cleber can be that guy. Could this be the beginning of a comeback story? Could Kleber's forgotten status and underdog return spark something special? Fans are wondering. Analysts are speculating. The coach is weighing his options. And here's the reflection. What does it say about Lakers management that, in the most critical moment of the season, their potential savior is a player who hasn't played all year? Shouldn't there be more reliable options around the stars? Shouldn't there be depth? Defined roles? This could be a wake-up call, not just for this series, but for the franchise's future. Could it really be that, in the most crucial stretch of the year, the possible hero is someone who's been sidelined all season? Shouldn't the team have better alternatives? Shouldn't the roster be deeper, more balanced? This situation might be a warning sign, not just for now, but as the Lakers head into the offseason. Still, before the trades, the free agency chaos, and all the rumors, the Lakers face a major challenge. Game 5 at home is their last shot at survival. And maybe, just maybe, a new face will finally get his chance. But what are your thoughts on all this? Do you believe Maxi Cleber can make a difference? Should the coach take the risk and trust him at this critical moment? Or is it simply too late for the Lakers to turn this series around? As a Lakers fan, I want to keep believing. I want to believe in comebacks, in second chances, and in unexpected heroes rising when it matters most. And even if Cleber only get a few minutes, that might be enough to shift the momentum. Beyond that, we can't ignore the psychological impact Kleber's return might have. For a team that looked visibly drained and demoralized in Game 4, just bringing in a new face, someone who symbolizes hope and new possibilities, could lift the energy inside the arena. Sometimes, mental edge matters just as much as physical advantage. If the Lakers sense that help is on the way, they might find that extra gear, push the pace, and fight harder. Meanwhile, the opposing team has executed their game plan almost perfectly. Their size, physicality, and defensive discipline have neutralized much of the Lakers' offense. One player in particular has stood out in this series, dominating both ends of the court with contagious confidence. If the Lakers hope to flip the script, they'll need to shake that confidence. Deploying Cleber might just be the first step. Kleber's size alone could be a game changer. At 6 feet 10 inches, he gives the Lakers more length, rim protection, and, crucially, a body that can absorb fouls and minutes in the paint. When facing physically dominant teams like Minnesota, these types of players are essential. He doesn't need to shut down opponents. He just needs to contest shots, close out on shooters, and remain mobile on pick-and-roll coverage. If he can do those things, even briefly, he can give the Stars a breather. His impact might even stretch to the offensive side. His ability to knock down corner threes could pull Minnesota's bigs out of the paint, opening up driving lanes, reducing help defense on LeBron, and creating more space for organized half-court sets. These small gains add up, especially in the playoffs, where every possession counts. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, Reggie Miller, a former NBA legend, recently made a bold statement that has set the basketball world abuzz. In a candid interview, Miller claimed that during the 2000 NBA Finals, the orders were clear. The Los Angeles Lakers were not supposed to win. The comments, which have stirred up controversy, highlight what many consider to be a hidden layer of intrigue surrounding one of the most iconic moments in NBA history. The 2000 NBA Finals, in which the Lakers faced off against the Indiana Pacers, was a series filled with drama, physicality, and unforgettable performances. The Lakers, led by Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant, were on their way to becoming a dynasty. They ultimately clinched the championship in 6 games, but Miller's statement suggests there were forces beyond the court that might have been influencing the outcome. According to Miller, the league was heavily invested in the Lakers' success, as they represented the new face of the NBA. The combination of O'Neal's dominance and Bryant's ascension into superstardom made them an ideal marquee team for the league's promotional efforts. However, Miller insinuated that the Pacers, despite being a tough opponent, were essentially sidelined by the league's apparent desire to see the Lakers succeed. His comments raised the question of whether the league had a hand in influencing results, and if so, to what extent this sort of manipulation has affected the integrity of the game. Many fans and analysts have long speculated that the NBA's decisions are sometimes driven by marketability and star power. The 2000 finals, as Miller pointed out, were not just about basketball. They were about shaping the narrative of the NBA for the future. With the Lakers poised to become the face of the league for the next decade, the idea that external pressures were at play in this series is not entirely far-fetched. On the other hand, those in the Lakers camp argue that the team's success was entirely deserved, pointing to O'Neal's dominance and Bryant's incredible performances. The series was closely contested, and while some calls were questionable, no one can deny that the Lakers were the better team overall. Critics of Miller's comments argue that they undermine the hard work and talent that went into the Lakers' victory, as well as the competitive spirit of the NBA Finals. While there is no concrete evidence to support Miller's claims, they have ignited an important conversation about the intersection of sports and business. As the NBA continues to grow in popularity and profitability, it is essential to examine the ways in which external factors, such as media narratives and sponsorships, shape the outcomes of crucial moments in the sport's history. Miller's allegations serve as a reminder that, even in a game as beloved as basketball, there may be forces beyond the players and coaches that influence what happens on the court. In the end, the 2000 NBA Finals will forever remain a defining moment for both the Lakers and the Pacers. But Reggie Miller's revelation adds a layer of complexity to the story that may forever change how we view that championship run. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.